Welcome to the Product Development Training Program. In this video, we will be discussing the first step in food processing, ideation. Often, the most difficult part of product development is coming up with the initial idea. It may seem hard to generate a really good idea. Introducing some guidelines to the thinking process will help generate some great ideas. Let's look at them one by one. First guideline: if you want good ideas, you should have many ideas. Nobody can generate a great idea from the first go itself. A good idea always comes from a lot of bad ideas. One great example of this is the story of James Dyson. He tested 5,271 ideas before he finally found a vacuum cleaner that worked. Today, Dyson is a leading vacuum cleaner producer in the world with a market capital of $8.2 billion. The second guideline is there are no good or bad ideas. Every idea is worth pondering. If you start criticizing the ideas in the initial stage, no ideas will be left in the end. Write down all the ideas. Keep all of them open-ended in the beginning. Following these guidelines, we will come to a bunch of ideas. Now we can start the process of narrowing down these ideas. To narrow down to the best idea, we will follow a step-by-step format. Since most of the product comes from the FMCG sector, that is fast-moving consumer goods, the first step is to define where it will be placed in this sector. Since we are only considering the food sector, we can place the product according to the following classification. The first one is solid food products, the second is dairy products, and the third is beverages. Classifying into these three will help you define the production process of the product as well as the market. The second step is to define the target customer. To find this, ask the most basic questions and ask them again and again. Who will eat this? Why will they use it? When will they use it? Who may not eat this? Why should they use it? These kinds of basic questions will help define the target customer. More questions asked will give more clarity. The third step is to define the regional preferences of flavors and style. This is an integral part of ideation because if the product does not take note of the preferences of the target market, it will be hard to sell. Check whether the product idea is compatible with the regional taste. One example of this can be seen in the portfolio of the famous potato chips brand Lay's. Lay's have around 200 flavors, but we may have not seen all of them in our nearby grocery store. The reason for this is that some of the flavors are produced only for some specific region where people enjoy that flavor. Another example of this is when Domino's Pizza first came into India. With the normal international menu, they introduced local flavors to attract regional customers. Now they have a market share of 70% in India. After following these steps, the ideas left should be solid and approachable. Make sure that you follow the trend in the market if possible. This will boost the chance of your product. Always look for what is new and upcoming. Currently, a pattern of comfort food and plant-based food can be seen as a trend. It also can be a challenge to realize that just because you like something, many others may not. We tend to develop products we like, but sometimes you may have to develop a product for a target audience that does not include you. By now we know how to come up with ideas, 2 guidelines for generating ideas, the 3 steps in narrowing down ideas, and what to look for in a good idea. All that is left to do is try it yourself. Congrats on finishing this video.